What looks easy peasy lemon squeezy but is actually difficult lemon difficult. Work. I'm a lawyer and had a client call saying she needs a help with a merger. But don't worry. It's super easy peasy lemon squeezy. That project took 6 months and I almost had a breakdown. She didn't understand why the bill was so high since it was so easy. Whistling with your fingers. Playing the triangle. A lot of my non-musician friends joke about how easy it is to play it. Then they actually hold the damn thing and look stupid. Making lemonade. Sure, squeezing one lemon is easy peasy. But do you know how much juice that makes? Not a lot. Street names. Everyone thinks it's great fun and likes to offer suggestions, but every tree, lake, and other natural feature has at least a dozen variations which you can't repeat for emergency service reasons. That and you get cities which want a street name change anytime the road changes direction regardless of a logical breakpoint like an intersection. Being an adult. They never had to do homework. Could stay up late. Eat what they wanted and had the money. I wish I was a naive kid again. I use a wheelchair and people usually don't believe me when I say that getting around can be difficult. Because many of them think that pushing a wheelchair is easy. They literally tell me this. The thing is, when you use a wheelchair all day and it is basically your only means of transportation, it looks more natural. This becomes a problem when I point out accessibility problems. They often don't believe me because they see how I can navigate and assume that it's easy, just because /I/ make it look easy. Dancing. I wouldn't say it looks easy. But when I see people do it, they're so good at it and it flows so well it looks easy. But damn. I just cannot get my body to do anything more than a bop and maybe some stupid arm moves. I'm 25 and dance like a 50-year-old at a reunion. Dancers are so delicate and make it look so easy. It's honestly amazing. It's just hilarious when I try to do literally anything and fail horribly. Getting away with murder. Socializing with people. I have severe social anxiety. And even small interactions with strangers, and even some people I've known for a while, are really hard for me. I don't hate people or dislike being around them. But I'm just awful at keeping conversations going or initiating them. Outgoing people make it look very easy. For me it is not. Finding the person I always saw myself falling in love with. Golf. I feel like most people think they can just grip it and rip it and don't take into account how hard it is to have a consistently good swing with solid contact. Finding a career you'll want to go to every day that won't crush your soul. Remember when you were young and teachers told you that you could be whatever you wanted to be? Yeah. Not so realistic when you want to pay bills and maybe have a little beer money too. I didn't go to college and struggle with the thought of not being able to have a lateral career move without a degree. But then I see my friends absolutely floundering with their student loan payments and think maybe I don't have it so bad after all. Losing weight. Changing habits is hard. Folding fitted sheets. I've watched instructional videos that make it look so easy, but I always just end up with a crumpled up mess. And that's how it gets put away. Drawing something from memory. Like a bird or something. In mind, yep, that's a bird. On paper, that's a bird. Selling panties online. I've seen a couple posts about how someone could exploit desperate dudes on Craigslist by buying women's panties, spritzing them with perfume, and then selling them online. Were it so easy? Nowadays, buyers want to see photos of a real woman in the exact pair they'll be buying, or proof in the form of being Panty Trust certified. They'll want extras or special requests for their order, plenty of fetishes to go around. And the vast majority of them will drop off the face of the earth when it comes time to actually pay. You'll have to sift through hundreds of responses to your ad, knowing most of them will be time wasters just trying to get a little dirty talk or some photos. My advice? Don't bother. Leave it to the cam girls who make some side cash off selling their panties. Because there's always going to be someone willing to go a step further than you. And they will be the one to make the sale. Beekeeping. You see videos of these old dudes in their veils and beekeeping suits and it makes it seem so relaxing and easy. It turns out that bees aren't so good at finding enough food on their own and they can get sick really easy, and in the winter they can mold. Have you ever seen moldy bees? Sometimes they're not even dead. It's still worth it though. Edit, thank you so much fellow beekeepers. I didn't have time to answer a lot of the questions, and in looking through the questions, I saw a wonderful, beautiful community bringing awareness and knowledge. Also, obligatory thank you for the gold. I'm glad my plight with bees has garnered so much attention, and I really appreciate the insightful knowledge that is being shared here. Digging. Anytime it's shown in movies or TV it looks easy AF, but the second you have to grab a shovel and break dirt. Blet. Programming. It's like Lego sets. Anyone can follow the instructions and make the Millennium Falcon. But it's a whole different ball game when you're given a pile of assorted blocks and someone says okay, now, recreate the Taj Mahal. But the client wants it to look like Big Ben. It also needs to be able to interlock with the Sphinx, the Great Wall, the Eiffel Tower, and the Mahang Temple to create a super monument. Yes, I know the Mahang Temple hasn't been designed yet. Just make some good guesses. We can add parts to it once we know what we need. Flying remote-controlled helicopters. It looks so effortless when watching seasoned flyers, but in reality it's like balancing a marble on an upturned bowl. Being a good dad. Shit is tough. I have an 18-month-old daughter and my wife is expecting. I get up for work and 12 hours later I'm back at home, and almost as soon as I walk through the door, I'm on dad duty. Trying to entertain my daughter. Give my wife some time to relax. Sort out dinner. Clean the house. All these things need to be done and time to do them doesn't exist. Then there's Tim to exercise, which I haven't, spend quality time with the wife, and then hobbies. I'm a gamer. It's a thankless job at time, but man, if my daughter's hugs don't just melt me every time. The real heroes are the single parents and those with kids with disabilities. You have strength beyond comprehension. Doing makeup. Pretty much anything that a professional does. They make it look easy cause it's their job. Throw a football 65 yards accurately? PSSSH simple if you're an elite athlete. Cut open a chest cavity to fix a few coronary arteries. It's just another day at the office for a surgeon. Frame up a structural wall within a 2000 SQ Ford house? Just a bunch of wood and nails is all you need. Make crowded teeth perfectly aligned? Surely it's just a matter of wearing trays 1 through 55. Voila! It's all straight. In reality, each of these tasks takes someone who trained for years to visualize the problem, solve it, and execute it to the T. It looks easy, cause they practice the hell out of it. A basic physical exam at the doctor. Looks like a simple look at the throat, listen to the chest, yup, they have a heart alright. When in actuality doctors spend thousands of hours practicing it so that when you come in with a murmur or funny looking kid syndrome they can recognize it immediately. And yes, there are entire class sections on how to respectfully ask your patient to turn their head and cough as you push on their balls. They're looking for hernias. Those CAPTCHA things on Google. I can honestly never read them and the website always thinks I'm a robot. Convincing people that rough tough lemon stuff is a better alternative to easy peasy lemon squeezy than difficult lemon difficult is. Science. There's a huge difference between being a scientist and being a fan of science. Both are important, but they aren't the same. A lot of people take a science class or start following a science-based Facebook/Twitter/subreddit and only see the successes. Science is a critical thought-heavy endeavor that requires equal parts patience, smarts, and luck. As a researcher doing basic science, you're going to have 90% negative data. For every scientific publication you see, there are months or even years of negative data behind it. The stuff that science fans and cheerleaders share on Facebook from pages like I fucking love science is distilled from the frustrations and efforts of scientists that probably drink heavily. Making an actual quality meme. Inside jokes are normally easy. And memes for content-specific subs is really easy. But making original content for a wider audience, /r/memes for example, then it feels almost impossible to make content that will be widely liked. Natural makeup. More work than regular makeup. Letting go. No, you won't just switch it off. You won't just stop it when you want. You won't stop craving for it. You won't stop missing it. You'll always get yourself almost back to it because you've made a habit to do it so many times daily that your brain hardly ever registers when you're consciously with it. I'm sure you guys understand. It could be drugs. It could be a toxic relationship. It could be a hobby that you just can't see yourself not ever stop practicing because of how much joy it brings to you. Like gaming. Or handicrafts. Or even your very job. But you must stop it because of other, more important and more immediate reasons. It hardly matters what is it about. And yet switching it off of your life will always be hard. If you must let it go. Against all odds. Against your own wishes. Then be strong. You'll probably never be prepared for it. No matter how much you steel yourself. But you can hang on. Being a kid. You can't choose what to eat. You can't just find night shift work if you aren't a morning person. You can't relax after school because you go home with stacks of homework every day. You have asshole peers that you're forced to be around every day. You're always under supervision. And nobody takes you seriously. Don't get me wrong. It's full of fun times and I still miss it. But we take adult life for granted sometimes. Diapering a baby. Feeding a baby. Getting a baby to sleep. Looks easy until you have 12 babies in your classroom that all need to be diapered, fed, and rocked to sleep in the next 15 minutes. Handwriting things neatly. I just can't do it. Thanks for watching.